Hey guys, welcome back to Vlogmas. In today's video, I'm going to be getting ready and talking to you about some of my favorite Christmas movies, Christmas TV show episodes. I'm not going to be really doing a tutorial, so I'm not going to be showing you all the products I'm using and telling you step by step. I will have all the products I use listed down below in the description box if you're interested in that. But for the most part, it's mainly just me getting ready and talking to you about my favorite Christmas movies. I thought that would be fun, and I thought it'd be a little bit more interesting than me just sitting down and talking about them. So that's what we're gonna do today. And if you're interested, just keep watching. So I made a list on my phone of all of my favorite Christmas movies and Christmas TV show episodes and stuff like that. And that's what we're doing. That's what I'm gonna talk about. So everyone knows I'm not the biggest Christmas person. I don't like Hallmark Christmas movies and Lifetime, the super cheesy Christmas movies. I'm not really into. I like some of the classic ones, and I like some of the more funny ones. That's definitely more my style. So I kind of just the other day was I'm gonna make a list of all of the movies and stuff that I like watching during the holiday season, and I might as well share it. So the first movie, The Grinch. Come on. The Jim Carrey Grinch. I actually still haven't seen the new animated one where Benedict Cumberbatch plays the Grinch. It's not for any real reason really. I just haven't seen it yet because the original Grinch movie with Jim Carrey, I almost forget is even a Christmas movie. I literally can watch that one all year round, and I know it's literally the whole entire thing is about Christmas, but to me, because it's so funny, it doesn't even really seem so much like a Christmas movie. Does that make any sense? I just find it comedy. It's hilarious. I think it's such a classic one. And you know what's weird is actually me and my husband love that movie. We think it's so funny, but I know some people that just don't like it. They don't think it's that funny. They're not really that into it. And I think it's a Jim Carrey thing. You're either a Jim Carrey fan or you're not, with all types of comedy, but because he is he's so Jim Carrey, he is who he is, you either like it or you don't. But the original Grinch, that's not the original Grinch. The original one was a cartoon one. But The Grinch with Jim Carrey is one of the funniest Christmas movies. Like I said, I can literally watch it all year round. No problem at all. And honestly, The Grinch is so memeable and it's so quotable. There's so many things in it I find myself saying all year round. There's just so many quotes in it that are just so funny. And I feel it's always on Netflix. It's always on Netflix or Hulu or something, so it's always free. Which is great for Christmas movies because sometimes I feel the best ones aren't free, and I'm I gotta pay to watch rent an old. I have to pay $6 to rent an old Christmas movie. I'll pass. So this next movie is actually my husband's favorite Christmas movie, and we watch it every Christmas. And it's a movie that I never had seen or heard of until I met him, and it's called Fred Claus. I'll put a picture up on the screen. I think I'm gonna try to put the movie poster for all of the ones I'm talking about up on the screen. But it's called Fred Claus. It stars Vince Vaughn. I don't know why I can't remember anyone else, but Vince Vaughn is the main character in it. And how do I explain it without giving out any spoilers? Vince Vaughn plays Santa Claus's brother. And it's hilarious. It's more of a comedy Christmas movie. It is heartfelt, but it's not over the top Hallmark movie. It's not it's not gonna make you cry. It's not gonna make you feel sad. It's just a good, funny, classic Christmas comedy. And the thing I like about it too is it has a little bit more of adult humor in it. And I feel a lot of Christmas movies are either super sappy or they're really for kids, and so they don't really have that much adult humor in it. And if you're not this movie, Fred Claus, I think is a perfect movie for someone who's not super into Christmas or is just kind of a grouch around the Christmas time like me, because it kind of just it gets me into the spirit. I don't know what it is about this movie, but I really like it. It gets me into the spirit. It's one of my husband's favorite movies. We watch it every year. But I feel it's fun for everyone to watch. Even kids will get it, adults will like it because it's not super sappy and Christmassy. If you're a diehard Christmas person, you'll like it. If you're I could do without Christmas, you'll like it. It's just a good all-around Christmas comedy. I had to keep looking at my phone because I kind of forgot what I wrote down on my list. Okay, so the next movie, this one is an old school classic Christmas movie. It's one of those ones like I can only watch like once during the holiday season, but it's like I have to watch it each time because it's just like so cute and so classic. And it is A Year Without a Santa Claus. So this is like still in the old school claymation. There's like a bunch of videos that are created in that same time. I think there's a Rudolph, a Frosty. There's a few just Christmas movies that are made in all this claymation style, which I love. It's so cool and it's so hard to do that. And so it's like becomes like almost more of like a work of art. Like this sounds like so weird talking about a Christmas movie like this, but because I know it took so long to make it, I appreciate it even more. And this was like my favorite movie when I was a kid because it has like fun songs in it and it has just like a cute story to it, and it just looks old school and it is very Christmassy. I love the style of the movie. I love the storyline. I love all the songs in the movie. It's like still funny. It doesn't take it like super seriously, and I just really like it from that. And so I always like Spencer always has to watch Fred Claus and I always have to watch A Year Without a Santa Claus, and then it's like, okay, like it's Christmas, like let's do it. I usually honestly watch A Year Without a Santa Claus on Christmas because it just seems like a Christmas morning movie, because I've seen it so many times that it's like I don't really have to pay that much attention to it. I just like listening to the songs and it being in the background and whatnot. Alright, next for Christmas movies that I just like love are the Santa Claus series with Tim Allen. I mean, usually I feel like when movies have sequels and then even like a third one to come out, and is it a trilogy? Is that considered a trilogy, the Santa Claus movies? Is it? I think it might be because there's 3 of them, unless there's 4 and I just don't remember. But those are just like classic good Christmas movies. I like them because they're funny. Tim Allen is funny and it has like a good comedic element to it. It is very classically Christmas movie. It doesn't like, I feel like, push a message super hard, which is something I feel like a lot of movies like do, is they really try to like push a message, and I feel like it's just classic Christmas movies. And I honestly, like, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty surprised actually that I like all 3 of them. Like, think about Home Alone. Only the first 2 are good. Like, after the second one, they're not good anymore. Like, they're just not. And what are there, like 5 of them? Like, that's insane. But with the Santa Claus movies, like, I think that they're all good. Like, and there's this line in, God, I'm gonna butcher it. I'm not even gonna try because I'm totally gonna butcher it. Don't you hate when you do that, when you try to like remember a joke or like quote something you heard and then you totally butcher it and it's like not funny, but you're like seeing it in your head and you're like thinking it, but you can't vocalize it and it just doesn't make sense, and then the person you're telling it to is looking at you like, haha, yeah, cool. And then you're like, no, if you were only to like hear it or see it right now, it would make so much more sense. Like, I feel that way all the time. But Santa Claus movies, I mean, those are such a classic. And now with like Disney Plus, if you have Disney Plus, like all of those movies are on there, which is super awesome. Because I remember last year, we ended up, I think, buying them like on Apple Movies or Amazon Prime or something, because we wanted to watch them last year, so we ended up having to buy them, and now they're all on Disney Plus. So, all right, what do we have next? Okay, now I'm going to get into a little bit more of like some sappy Christmas movies. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of like the sappy love story Christmas. Like, I'm kind of just like, give me elves, give me presents, give me jokes. Like, that's what I want to hear. I don't really care about like they fell in love over Christmas. Like, that's just not really my style when it comes to movies. But I will go over some anyways. So the first one is The Holiday. The Holiday is so cute, and it's actually funny because when I was doing this list, I thought of it's literally called The Holiday. It's about Christmas, but to me it just didn't register as a Christmas movie. Like, it's so much more of like a rom-com than a Christmas movie. And it has, I think, is it Kate Winslet, Jack Black, it's Cameron Diaz? Is it Cameron Diaz? Yeah, I think it's Cameron Diaz. See, I'm so bad, I can't even remember. But it's such a cute movie, and it's such a cute little concept, like a Trading Places type of movie. And I remember growing up watching that movie a lot because I just thought it was like more of a romantic comedy. And then I realized like, oh, actually it is like a pretty Christmassy movie now that I think about it. But I will say, like, if you are wanting the perfect mix of like romance and comedy and Christmas, the holiday is like the best way to go because of the fact that you can get lost in it and not realize it's a Christmas movie, or you get lost in it and not realize that it's really a comedy movie and it's more like romance. Like, it kind of has all the elements you need and it doesn't push any of them too hard. And so that's why I think it makes like a really good blend between like a Christmas rom-com, and it's not too like sappy and over the top. Like, it's just a cute, good, well done rom-com movie that happens to take place during Christmas. Okay, so the next movie on my list, I literally feel like I would be chastised if I didn't like talk about this movie. This one, I honestly didn't watch for the first time until like 3 years ago, which like blows everyone's mind too, is Love Actually. And I'm gonna like kind of sound stupid saying this, but it actually honestly took me like 2-3 times watching it before I even fully understood the whole movie. Like, for some reason, movies that kind of just like jump, there's like a few movies that do that kind of like jump around and everything's intertwined at the end. It takes me like a little bit longer. I don't know if I just get kind of like distracted or if it's like not interesting enough to me, so I kind of like fade out. But I did this with Love Actually the first few times I watched it, and it just finally, like the third time I watched it, it like fully clicked and I understood like everything about it. And my husband loves that movie. Love Actually is in, like, Fred Claus is his number 1, Love Actually is his number 2. Like, he loves that movie. Like, we have to watch it as soon as it starts getting Christmassy, he wants to watch it. It's usually like on Netflix, I feel like, so you can watch it for free. Alan Rickman's in it. He's amazing. Hugh Grant. Martin Short is in it for like a little bit of the movie. Martin Short, that's his name, right? Yeah, I think it's Martin Short. Dang, am I saying, is it not Martin Short? I don't know. I gotta stop dropping actors' names. Like, I know everything. But Love Actually, I think why it's so popular is because it really gets you like in the Christmas feels. It gets you in feels for like all sorts of different emotions, but it really kind of like ties in and gets you like into the Christmas spirit. Plus, it's like a love story and a struggle story, and people like really enjoy that. And oh, Liam Neeson's in it. Here I go with the friggin' actor names again. I'm like remembering more of the movie. It's hard to like talk about movies without like explaining the plot and ruining it, because I don't want to like be that person who just like over explains the whole movie and then you watch it and you're like, oh well, you just told me. But personally, like, I don't care about spoilers. Like, spoilers do not ruin the movie for me. You can literally tell me the whole entire plot of the movie and I'll go see it and I'll still enjoy it the same amount even if I didn't know. But I also am the person that's like can watch the same movie 100 times. Like, I've probably watched Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame 20-30 times a piece. Ooh. And I feel like I still am like catching new things when I watch it. Like, I'm still like, ooh, I missed that. Ooh, I missed that. So for me, spoilers don't matter, but I don't want to like spoil anything. So I'm kind of giving like weird, brief overviews about the movie. But with Love Actually, I feel like Love Actually is Christmas, love, struggle, really Christmas, really put you in the spirit type of movie. And it's so many people's like diehard favorite Christmas movies. It just like gets them in the feels, you know? Not so much for me. But it's cute. I do appreciate it for what it is. I don't know if I could watch it like multiple times in a Christmas season. I think that I could probably watch it once and then I'm like, all right, that's good enough for me. Okay, so the next movie we're going to talk about is called Black Christmas. Now, this is like a horror movie that takes place during Christmas. So this is like so my style of movie. I love scary movies. I love horror movies. I love thriller movies. And this is that. It is a scary movie, a horror movie that takes place during Christmas. I don't even know if like, I think that they really just like put Christmas in there. Like, it could have been, you could take out the Christmas element and it would still be a scary movie. And I just love that it's a scary movie that has to do with Christmas. Like, that's so fun for me. And it's one of those movies, like, if someone's like, put on a Christmas movie and you put on that, like, they'd be pissed off. But technically, it's still a Christmas movie, so you can't get mad. But if you're just like not a Christmas person, you're not in the Christmas spirit, but you want to like a tinge of Christmas during Christmas time, or you feel obligated to do Christmas during Christmas time, watch Black Christmas. Especially if you like scary movies and you're into Christmas. Like, why not? All right, so the next movie is Bad Santa. And like I said about the Grinch, Bad Santa is like a movie I could literally watch all year round. Like, it's first and foremost a comedy, secondly a Christmas movie. Like, it's almost just like a comedy that takes place during Christmas time. Like, it's Billy Bob Thornton and it's hilarious. It is so funny. It's one of my favorite comedy movies. It's so good. I have to watch it every holiday season. Honestly, like, it's one of those movies that if it's like for free or it's on TV or something, I end up just watching it anyways because it's it's hilarious. Like, I honestly feel like Billy Bob Thornton is that character. Like, he is the guy from Bad Santa. I would not suggest watching it with your kids if you were thinking like, oh, it's not family friendly. Like, I'm not telling you how to do your family. Do you, okay? But I don't think that it's appropriate for kids. Personally, there's cussing, there's sex, there's violence, there's drugs and alcohol. Like, I definitely don't think it's a kids movie. But teenagers, yeah, definitely. It is so funny. I honestly even just watched it the other day. And there's a sequel. There's a Bad Santa 2. It's not as good. You don't gotta waste your time with that. But, like, Bad Santa is, like, my perfect version of a Christmas movie. Like, I want it to be funny. I want it to be Christmassy, like, a little bit. But I mainly just want, like, it to be funny. I don't want it to, like, kind of push the feels too hard and, like, push a message too hard. Like, I just want it is what it is, you know? But it is definitely, like, a dirty humor style comedy. So beware of that when you're watching it if you were not into that genre. The next movie is another comedy movie, and I actually watched it for the first time last year, I think. Me and Spencer randomly put it on. Like, it was one of those free movies on Hulu, and we're like, yeah, let's just put it on. Let's just test it out, see how it is. Because from the, like, description and from the, like, you know, the poster, movie poster, it looks like it's gonna be kind of lame. Like, it doesn't look like it's gonna be very good. And it is hilarious. It makes me laugh so hard. It's called Four Christmases, and it stars Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon. And basically, like, the basic synopsis of it is they're a couple, they're married, they're together, and they have to do 4 Christmases. So both of their parents are divorced and remarried. So they have to go to, like, his dad's house, his mom's house, her dad's house, her mom's house, all for the holiday season. And it's about doing 4 Christmases. They have to do 4 Christmases in, like, 2 days or 1 day or something, and they're going to all their different families' house. And it is so funny. Like, I found myself laughing so hard. Jon Favreau's character in the movie and his wife literally kill me. Like, every time they're on screen together, I am laughing so hard. It's such a good comedy that has to just do with Christmas. Like, the whole idea of having to do 4 Christmases and visit, like, that just is, like, so insane. And you, like, you feel the stress that they're feeling, and you kind of, like, feel, you get worked up when they get worked up, and it's just so funny. And it's funny all the way to the end. Like, it has, like, a little bit of, you know, like, it pushes, like, a tiny bit of a message, and has a little bit of just, like, it kind of gets you in the feels, and then it goes right back to comedy at the end. Like, it is so good. It's so funny, and it's, like, what I'm looking for in a Christmas movie. I don't want something that's gonna, like, make me sad. I don't want something that's gonna make me, like, rethink all my life decisions. Like, I want to just be happy, and I want to laugh, and I want to just enjoy it and have a good time. I don't want anything heavy. And I'm so happy that we decided to watch that movie because it just cracks me up. Like, I honestly feel like it's one of those movies that I could just casually watch throughout the year. And then lastly, for movies, like, I have to just mention this, even though personally I don't think it's a Christmas movie at all, but I see a lot of people say they feel like it's a Christmas movie, and that is Harry Potter. And listen, I love Harry Potter. I probably have watched the Harry Potter movies. Let me put it this way. Okay. The first Harry Potter movie came out when I was 6 years old. Me and my family went to the premiere in our town at our local theater. They had, like, a premiere for it because it was so huge. And after I saw the first one at 6 years old, I have went to every single midnight premiere of every Harry Potter movie until the last one came out when I was, I think, 13, 14. I went to every single midnight premiere. Like, I love the Harry Potter movies. I saw them all in theaters multiple times. I own every single one of them. I own them on DVD, and we own them digitally. I love Harry Potter, okay? Like, I'm super into it. I just don't think it's a Christmas movie. Like, I understand that Christmas happens in, like, every single one. Like, it just does, because that's part of the school year. But to me, it's so much more than a Christmas movie that I don't even think about it during Christmas time because I've probably already watched it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I just finished Deathly Hallows, like, 2 weeks ago. You know, so honorable mention for a Christmas movie, but to me, it's, like, not a Christmas movie. Okay, so I want to, like, briefly talk about Christmas TV for a little bit, and not really, like, TV movies, more like TV episodes that are Christmas. Christmas TV episodes. Yeah, Christmas TV episodes. I think, if anything, I probably like some Christmas TV episodes more than I like Christmas movies because it feels more real. It feels more like a day-to-day thing, like it could happen in real life almost. I kind of jotted down some of my favorite that I could just think of off the top of my head Christmas episodes, and I'll list them all down. I'll list all the movies, and I'm going to list all the episodes down below. So first and foremost is The Office. I think The Office, almost every single season they had Christmas episodes. So I think they have probably like 6 or 7 different Christmas episodes. They're all gold. The Office is hilarious. I've never met a person that didn't like that show. It's so funny. Their Christmas episodes are so like cringy and over the top and hilarious. And it's just comedy. Like, it's all it is. It's not trying to push anything. It's not, and they still kind of stay within the storyline. Like, I know a lot of shows, they'll do a Christmas episode and it has nothing to do with the storyline at all, which is good sometimes. Like, I have a few episodes in here that are kind of like that, but I majority like when it kind of just stays with the same storyline, but it just happens to be Christmas, and so they do like kind of a Christmas thing around that. The Office Christmas, even if you're not a fan of The Office, I think their Christmas episodes are good. I think they kind of get everyone laughing. It's a really appropriate thing. Like, you can play it for your family, you can play it for kids, you can kind of just put it on for anyone. So for a show that has like, they do Christmas episodes, but they're not really like centered around like the storyline or the plot. Some of the best Christmas episodes of TV I've watched are on the show Eureka. So Eureka was a show that was on the Sci-Fi Channel, and it's so good. The show is about a town that is just like all of the smartest people in the world live there. Like, that's just about the town. Everyone there is like a physicist. Everyone there is a super genius, and they do like crazy things that don't even make sense. I mean, it's the Sci-Fi Channel. It's hilarious. I would say it's more of a comedy than a drama. It's not too serious. They have a couple like little serious things that happen, but it's definitely pretty funny and pretty like family friendly. Their Christmas episodes are so good. I believe they have 3 different Christmas episodes, and they totally pull away from the plot during their episodes and kind of just do their own thing, but they go so stylized with it, and they go so hard with it. And it's so fun, and it's so just refreshing to watch. And they're only like 30 minutes too, so it's not very long. It's not like you're stuck there for a whole movie. If you're wanting something quick and Christmassy, the Eureka Christmas episodes are so good. And I believe that all of Eureka is available on Amazon Prime. I'm not 100% sure on that, but just great Christmas episodes. Okay, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Honestly, one of my top 5 favorite TV shows of all time. Hilarious. It is so good. They have one Christmas episode I'm thinking of in particular, and I'll list it down below, the actual episode. It is so funny. Do they have more than one Christmas? I feel like they have to, because they have like 15 seasons, but I really am only thinking of like the one episode. It is so gold. It's Always Sunny is definitely a dirty humor. They definitely push the boundaries, and you have to know while watching it that it's like all sarcastic. Like, they push the boundaries on things that are going on, you know, right now, on things that maybe you shouldn't say or you shouldn't do, but it's all like satire, it's all sarcastic, it's all hilarious. It's one of the funniest shows I've ever seen in my life. There isn't one episode that I don't like. I laugh so hard at that show. And the Christmas episode is so good because it's Christmas, and they push the Christmas thing, but they're pushing how horrible they are, and how just, God, it's so hard to talk about things without like telling you what happens. You know? So if you're a fan of Always Sunny, definitely check out the Christmas episode. If you're not a fan, check it out. See how you like it. Wild card. So for another like Christmas TV, there is an episode of Black Mirror, which Black Mirror is like a TV show that I cannot watch more than one episode of it at a time. Like, I literally had to make a rule with Spencer, like, listen, I cannot mentally handle watching 2 episodes of this in a row. Like, I have to do 1 episode at a time. The show just messes me up. It gets my mind thinking. It gets me weird. It puts me in a weird place. But, like, in a good way, you know? Like, if you've seen Black Mirror, you understand. If you've never seen Black Mirror, it's like a sci-fi, thriller, horror shorts. But they're all, like, very intense. And they all really get you thinking. And they're all kind of a little messed up. But they have a Christmas one, and it's called White Christmas, and I'm pretty sure that it's ranked as being one of the best Black Mirror episodes that there is. John Hamm is in it. He's like the actor who's featured in it, and he's a phenomenal actor, and it's gonna mess you up. I want to suggest watching this with like your grandparents or your parents if they're a little lame. Like, if they're into it, it's gonna kill the mood a little bit. Like, you might want to watch Black Mirror and then follow it with like 4 Christmases or something. Like, don't end your note on this and don't end your Christmas on it. But if you are into like scary things, if you're into more psychological things, watch it. It is such a good episode. It's gonna mess you up a little bit, but it's bomb. So that's what it is. So the last like TV Christmas episodes I have to share with you are from the Mindy Project. The Mindy Project is a comedy TV show on Hulu. It is created by Mindy Kaling, and her character in it is called Mindy Lahiri, and it is one of, just in general, the funniest shows I've ever watched. It's so cute, it's so topical. I feel like everyone can watch it. A little bit inappropriate for kids, but to each their own, with your discretion. But everything that girl says literally cracks me up. And there is 2 Christmas episodes, I believe, and they are both gold. They stick with the plot line, which is something that I really enjoy in TV Christmas episodes. Everyone in there is funny. It's not like, I feel like a lot of times with Christmas, they really try to push, like, you have to have some message or something big or grand has to happen. And it really is just like Christmas is happening during the original plot line and the normal antics and whatnot happen. And I think that's why I enjoy it so much, and it's just so funny to me. If you've never seen the Mindy Project before, it's about Mindy, who is a doctor. So it's about an office of doctors in New York, and they all work together, and it's all about, it's not even really like a hospital show. Like, I wouldn't say that they're doctors, but it's not a doctor show. Like, it's not like Grey's Anatomy where you're learning about the patients. Like, there is no like or house. It's not something like that. They just happen to be doctors, and you don't really get a whole lot of medical jargon or medical stuff like that. It's not a medical hospital show in any sense like that. It's definitely more of just a comedy, and it's about the characters. They just all happen to be doctors and work in the same area, and it's about all of them together and their personal lives, and gold. It is gold. The main character is Mindy, obviously. And it's just about her in New York, living her doctor life, living her single life, doing her thing. And the Christmas episodes are so funny. They are so, I'm literally thinking right now in my head, like, this video is so random. Like, literally, I have been giving 0 information about any of these movies because I don't want to, like, give you the whole plot. So it might just be, like, the worst video ever. But maybe I'm giving you a bunch of good ideas of things you never even knew. Like, maybe you never even knew that the Mindy Project had a Christmas episode. But now you know. Or maybe you did know, and now I'm refreshing your memory. So, you're welcome. Alright, so I'm done getting ready, and I'm done rambling, strangely, about my favorite Christmas movies and TV episodes. It was hard, I feel like, to talk about movies and stuff without, like, fully giving everything away. Like, I was having a hard time, like, explaining a movie without giving the plot, so my explanations for these movies are probably terrible, but hopefully I made you remember some Christmas movies that you forgot about, or I gave you some new ones to kind of Google and look up for yourself. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite Christmas movies are, as well as your favorite Christmas, like, TV to watch. If you couldn't tell by the things I listed, I'm definitely more into, like, comedy. I'm more into, like, thrillers, and I don't really want to, like, too much romance, too much pushes message on me on Christmas. But let me know your guys' favorites. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of my 12 days of Vlogmas, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.